Okay, welcome back, guys. The EPL is back. It's been a break of about 2 months, and the Premier League is back. And we want to do a review or preview of the matches for the weekend, starting with Fulham at Old Trafford tonight. And with me is Mustafa, Kunle, and Warif. You guys are very welcome. My name is Stila Falabi.
Okay, let's jump in. Man U to me is an unknown because it seems like all the Sky Sports, all these big boys that say Man U will come top four. Maybe I think it's because of their name. I think this is the best game of this week. We have to watch out for Iwobi on the left, Traore on the right, and who's their central forward again? Who's the striker for Fulham? Is it Ortiz or something? Yeah, that's his name, right? Ortiz, right?
There's one Ghanaian player, I think.
Yeah, they have Robinson and some other chap.
Yeah, they have another guy. I'll look up his name. But the thing with Fulham is all their players, they play a total football. The forwards don't mind going back to defend, and they work hard and systematically to get the ball. Then guys like Iwobi and Traore on the right are dangerous and can do counterattacks. So Man U's going to have to watch out for that. What do you think? Who do you think is the favorite, and what do you think about how the game will play out tactically? Yeah. Can you hear me?
Well, yeah, so I'm concerned about all this blowback about United having a great window. Yes, we've had the window is not complete. I cannot say whether it's great or not. We need a proper CDM. We cannot be getting Sanderberg. We need to get Ugarte or Zubimendi. Or get Amrabat and wait to the January window and get a proper CDM. If we don't get that, then this season will be like Ollie's season. Solskjaer's season had a season where he bought loads of players. He didn't buy a CDM. He had an old Matic and McTominay as backup and Fred playing a CDM, and it was a disaster.
Now, who's that midfielder, the old one that didn't play for England? What's his name again?
Calvin Phillips?
No. Yeah, I'm thinking about somebody else. Maybe he doesn't play for Man U.
Rashford.
Yeah, Brent. Yeah.
Yeah, so the problem with United, as I'm seeing it, is that they haven't sorted out that defensive midfield. And if they don't sort out the defensive midfield, Ten Hag could be gone by Christmas.
Yeah, although I'll say it again. If they get rid of Ten Hag by Christmas, it's going to be 2 years before they even make it back to the top four because you have to have continued. You just have to stick with who you have. But continue. Sorry.
Yeah, the problem is that Casemiro is losing his legs. I don't think he can last more than 45, 50, 60 minutes. He's also a walking red card, whether it's his fault or not in the Premier League. And once he's off, then you got to start playing Manu as a backup number 6. I mean, that's not a special role. He's an 8. And then you're compromising. And when you compromise, you have problems. So they need to get a proper CDM. You know, United was successful because they had Roy Keane.
Now, where does Xerxes play? No, Xerxes is an attacking midfielder,
a striker,
right?
He's a false
striker.
Yeah, and we don't have. We now after Carrick left, we never had the stability in that position. We got Matic, who was old. We got Matic at Casemiro's age. We're doing basically with Matic what we're doing with Casemiro, and he's not enough. And I think that McTominay is dependent on whether we get. I don't know whether McTominay is dependent on whether we get Ugarte or not. But if we do get Ugarte, then I think we can do a top 4. As we are with a solid defense, I think we can do a top 8. Now.
That's a big one. And are you guys still trying to get Ivan Toney too? Which I don't think you need him. Maybe you also have a problem with all out. Oh no, you have what's his name? You guys have who's your all out number 9? It's
Højlund.
Højlund
is injured.
Yeah.
He's injured.
It's not the first time he's got injured, and he gets injured quite a lot. Good as Obi is, he's very young, and Xerxes is a false 9. Now,
so that's the problem. That's the problem, man. You have they don't have depth in the striker position, and they need that. They need Ugarte. So that it's a problem of money. Yeah, I think they can get.
Ivan Toney only has 1 year on his contract. So he might, if you're lucky, you might steal him for 30 million on the last day.
Ivan Toney is rumored of going to Saudi Arabia.
I don't know why he would do that. Money is not everything. Money is not everything.
He's too young to go to Saudi Arabia right now.
Yeah, money is not everything. If he does that, he's never going to play in Europe again. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
even N'Golo Kante, I heard Atletico wants to sign him.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you the truth.
Okay, he's over 30.
Yeah.
Once you go to
once you go to Saudi Arabia, it means that you're saying that, which is okay. Like if they give me 10 million, no, if they give me 100 million to play in Saudi Arabia, it's just the money. But I would rather get paid £1 million a year and play for Man U than to get 100 million. But once you do that, it means you've retired from real football.
Yeah. Saudi Arabia is you're on your last contract and you're over 30 and you want to go home to pasture. That's what Saudi Arabia is for. Tony shouldn't be going there. I don't know if he's gone there yet, because if he hasn't, someone might, like I said, he's only got 1 year left of his contract, and he'll be very cheap in January if he doesn't go now. So if he doesn't go now, he'll be even cheaper in January. Brentford needs to cash in on him. So they need to be sharp on that. But I think that this game today.
Yeah, let's talk about the tactics quickly. Then we'll go to Warif and Afolabi. I was talking about the tactics because I know Fulham has very good tactics and they have a good formation. They use 3 wingers and they use a striker. I'm trying to find out the name of their striker, but also they play total football and they have a system of trying to hold the ball and build up on attack. What do you think, Kunle?
Yeah. Fulham are the second last season. Only one team that put in more crosses than Fulham last season. They love putting crosses into the box. So you need to be very good at challenging in the air for that in Fulham, or cutting the wingers off by your fullbacks. Now, United
and Traore is very good.
Yeah,
Traore
United isn't really ready this season in terms of fullbacks. We've got Dalot and Mazraoui on the right, but we've got no left back. None of our left backs are fit. So we're going to have to compromise and play a right back on the left, which is not really a good balance. We have a 16-year-old left back on the bench, but he's 16. And left back is a physical game. It's not really good for small. He needs to develop.
Young chap.
So if I say,
so the striker for Fulham is Muniz, whatever.
Rodrigo Muniz.
Yeah.
Brazilian.
So, my problem with United is actually the spine. We don't have a left back. Our CDM position is a bit dodgy, and right now we don't really have any striker. I don't know why Xerxes isn't playing, and Højlund is injured.
Is Xerxes injured? He's slightly injured.
Yeah, and Rashford is very poor as a striker. He's just there because there's nobody else.
I heard that they're gonna put Rashford on the left, and they're gonna put I know that's for sure. They're gonna put him on the left. That's what I saw for the formation, and they're gonna give him a chance. But some people are thinking they should do the other guy from Argentina. What's the other left winger from Argentina?
Garnacho.
They're saying that a lot of people are arguing that they should play Garnacho, but they want to give Rashford a chance first and see what happens.
Garnacho is a form player. You want to reward players that do well. If you're going to Rashford is just good by name. Garnacho is good by form.
I think they're making a big mistake. They need to put Garnacho. Do you think? So you think they should play Garnacho? Do you think they should play
Garnacho?
Yeah,
and
I think they're making a big mistake.
Diallo has been the best player in preseason on the right. So if they don't put those 2 wingers, then what are you? You are not motivating them. They've earned the right to start.
Yeah,
Rashford should come off the bench if one of them drops off. Yes.
Okay.
Or he should play as a striker, because we don't have any striker right now either. Because Obi is too young to start,
and he can do it. He can do it. Yeah, what they call it? I'm learning my football tech. What is the word? Terminology. Garnacho can be an inside forward.
So it might be the only option. I don't want to see them using Bruno as a striker and playing Mount behind him.
Okay. So Kunle, thank you for the insights, but let's move on so that I know Afolabi and Warif have been waiting for 2-3 months to talk about English football. So what are your thoughts, Warif?
Okay, thank you for having me today.
Yeah.
Finally, the EPL is back with its drama.
Yeah.
We all know the opening match for today is between Manchester United and Fulham. Well, for Fulham, they have some some young chaps that are fast. And also another advantage for them, they have some ex-Arsenal players, about 3 or 4 of them. It will be William, and they just signed Smith Rowe. And Smith Rowe going to to Fulham, you might want to prove a point to Arsenal, because the guy he's not been too well playing for Arsenal. So with that, I think I see Man U winning the match, but it might not be easy for them.
Yeah.
Because Iwobi can be fast at times when it comes to the midfield. Passing the ball.
I heard they're going to play him they're going to play him. From what I saw, I did some research. They're thinking that they're going to play him on the left, and they're going to use 3 wingers. Okay. They're going to use him on the left, Traore on the right, and somebody else as an inside forward, and then Rodrigo Muniz as a striker. So they're going to put, but you never know. It doesn't matter. Even if they put him on the left, he may still play, like you said, sort of an attacking midfielder. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
Since it's the first game for both teams, maybe some players might not be informed. But one thing I'll say about Manchester United is that they should learn to take their chances. Like Rashford in the Community Shield, he had the chance of scoring some goals, but he missed it. So in the EPL right now, since this is their first game, Manchester United, if they don't want pressure to be on them, they should win this match. Because if they don't win,
they need to win because they will regret it. They will regret it at the end of the season.
Yes.
When they lose by, they miss fourth by 1 point. Every point counts.
Problem is Fulham can win or lose any game.
Yeah, Fulham is dangerous. They're dangerous.
Dangerous.
Yes. And it's a London team. And once the league is starting today, if you don't win your first 2 or 3 matches, you begin to struggle to meet up the top 4. So Manchester United, they should just couple themselves and try and play a good game. And also Anthony, I don't know if it's a waste of money. Also, Anthony, he should work on his temperament. He has this temper, and he should learn to calm himself down and play good football.
Yeah.
Then also, and again, for Onana has to be serious. Onana is somebody plays that likes having fun when he's in post. So you should know that the Premier League, that the competition is very high. So you should just get serious.
Yeah, thank you.
Onana should be okay this season because we have ball-playing defenders. He didn't have that last season. He shouldn't have any excuse this season.
Thank you. So, Afolabi, we're going to focus on 2 matches today. We're going to see how Afolabi's thoughts on what we said so far between Fulham and Man U. Then we're going to talk about what I think is the match of the week, Chelsea and Man City. But first, let's talk about what do you have to say, Afolabi, about what we said so far about the first match?
Yeah, I agree with the guys. But I think Man U will win. I think Man U will take the match seriously. Forget what Erik ten Hag has been saying about him not being ready. I think the players know what
his mind game.
Yeah, his mind games. I believe the players know what's required of them. And then Fulham has sold their CDM, Palhinha, a very, very good CDM. They sold him to Bayern. I think they'll miss that guy. So the midfield will be a bit lightweight. And like you rightly mentioned, it's likely to be Iwobi on the left, Andreas Pereira at attacking midfield, and the other guy, Adama Traore, will play at right wing. And then, of course, the Brazilian, Rodrigo Muniz, will strike. I think United at Old Trafford will have a little bit too much for Fulham, really, in spite of the injuries. And I think they might want to start Rashford ahead of Garnacho. The reason being that Garnacho and Licha Martinez joined just about a week and a half ago, and they don't have as much match practice as Rashford had the whole of preseason. But I think Garnacho will come in maybe in the second half or something. And
but probably Rashford is like Lewis Hamilton. He's not ready. I mean, he's not in shape because he's doing a lot of charity shows and things. He's a nice young man.
Absolutely.
I'm joking. Remember when I said Rashford helps United Nations. He's a nice guy. I'm just joking. I'm just being funny.
I think that Rashford will start through the middle because we don't have any strikers. So I think that Garnacho and Rashford will play in the front line.
Yeah, because we have to remember all of these formations that they're talking about are speculative,
Yeah, Rashford tends to play as a striker whenever we're short. There's no Xerxes, there's no
from what I saw, they're predicting that he's going to play on the left. But
there will be striker if he plays on the left.
I hope they give Xerxes some minutes. I'd like to see what that guy.
Yeah, I think Xerxes is slightly injured. Remember, Xerxes had a knee injury.
Oh, he's carrying a knock. Okay.
Yeah, so if there's no Højlund and there's no Xerxes, then Rashford starts through the middle. That's what he's always done.
They should give Obi a chance. At least Fulham. Obi can play. He can still play.
The English game is very physical.
They
should bring him in the 86th minute.
They actually have. I heard the story. They actually haven't finished signing him up properly. They haven't completed his signing.
They need to start giving him steroids and Ragolis.
Yeah, they still got some paperwork to do on his signing, so I think he's not eligible to play today. I think.
Oh, okay, he's not eligible. Yeah, okay. So let's move on. So we'll start off this time with Afolabi again. What are your thoughts on Man City versus Chelsea? Very nice game. Yeah.
The problem I have with Chelsea is that you bring in a coach that is like Pep Guardiola to come and work with players that he didn't buy. It's a tall order. Their preseason was a disaster. trying to change their system to the possession-based kind of playing out from the back, pressing. In fact, they were all over the place. It's going to take time for the guy to put his imprint on the team. And he's working basically with players that he was not, they're not his players. So they need to be patient. I think Man City will win this.
Can I say something? I think that it's good that for Chelsea that they're playing Man City first, because even at 100%, they'll lose to Man City. So they can afford to lose this game. It's not going to affect their top four because they can still get practice in and build themselves up because they need as many games under there. I don't know who they play next week, but hopefully they're playing a minnow next week because they need to build up their rhythm and they need to get rid of their American manager.
I was a little baffled when they sacked Pochettino because they were gaining a little bit of momentum and things were falling into place under him. All of a sudden, asked him to go. They brought in Maresca, who favors a different way of playing, and they've been buying players too.
I think Maresca is okay, but these guys, Chelsea, you know what they say? You can't just take a baby and throw them in water and say swim. This is crazy. Man.
The problem Chelsea are doing is that when you buy a coach that plays a different style of football, you need to buy a whole load of players. Well, Liverpool have got Slot, who plays the same kind of football as Klopp, so they're building on something. Now in Chelsea, they're starting from scratch again. Had Pochettino been playing a Chelsea Pochettino against his Man City, this would have been an exciting game. I would have said that Chelsea could probably put the cat among the pigeons and actually cause them a problem. But because Chelsea are still trying to organize themselves against the focused Man City side that wants to win almost every game and gets close to 100 points like 2 or 3 times in a row.
And a very hungry Erling Haaland.
I don't see any good results.
I think Haaland will have a good season this year. Also, I think everybody agrees now. Not everybody, but I'm hearing people say, forget about Ballon d'Or. The best player in the world is Rodri, and he's playing in the best defense, not best defense, best midfield in football. Like Warif likes to say, is the engine. What are your thoughts on Man City's team this year? I still think they have problems. They have weaknesses in defense. I think. What do you think, Warif?
Okay,
and also very quickly, they have a problem in linking the midfield to the attack. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, already right now, Pep already has a project in his hand. What's the project? Making another record as winning Premier League 5th on the stretch. The match might not be easy for Man City, but Man City will take the day because Palmer is there for Chelsea, and Palmer right now is like he's the arrowhead of Chelsea. And
he's the golden boy.
Nkunku is there. All they need to do is just to work on their midfield. If they can work on their midfield, but since he's a new coach and like Mr. Falabi said in their their preseason, they've not really they didn't really get good results in their preseason, so they need to really work on. Then also for Man City, this young player got injured, and what's his name? Bob. He just got injured, but that Man City, they have the depth in their squad, so they have beat Man City, but and Chelsea, one of the mistakes they made was sacking Pochettino. Right now, an American sacked Pochettino, the owner of Chelsea, and Pochettino is heading to America as the national team coach. So they would have just that's one thing I don't like about Chelsea. Sometimes you look at Mikel Arteta and Arsenal. At least, the longer you stay, the more you know these players. You can close your eye and predict that. So Chelsea's sacking their coach right now is like starting afresh. And if they don't win the match on Sunday, I bet to be in a tight corner because Chelsea can be so funny at times.
Yeah.
But in spite of it all, if Rodri isn't playing, you can get a Man City. They drop a lot of points when Rodri doesn't play. It happened last season.
And then if you drop Rodri, then you have to put De Bruyne deep. But I think De Bruyne can come far forward now. He can play as an attacking midfielder now, I think. So what do you think, Kunle?
Yeah, they have Kovacic as a backup CDM if they're missing Rodri. I don't know whether
they'll do okay. Yeah.
So I think that once,
and we shouldn't forget they have Alvarez too. Is it Alvarez? Yeah.
Alvarez is a striker. I remember as it's
they sold him
when Arnold Schwarzenegger said
they've sold him to Atletico Madrid.
When
Atletico Madrid about 2 weeks ago. About 81 million pounds.
Okay,
so I feel like with Rodri, You know, like that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, Terminator, where he said, if it bleeds, we can kill it. We're sitting. If there's no Rodri, we can kill them. That's how I feel.
Kool-Aid, can I say one more thing? Can I say one more thing, Kool-Aid? I know that Yamal is very good, and Tony Williams is good, and Olmo. But if you didn't have Rodri there, those guys wouldn't open up as much as they could, and they wouldn't have shown as much as they did. Rodri is the man.
Yeah. He balances the midfield. He allows the attackers to express themselves. There's no point having all these big, fancy, flashy strikers if you can't get them the ball and they're doing graveyard shifts.
And also, another good thing about Rodri is that when he's playing, when they're moving, when a team is playing an attack, he stays back a little bit behind the box, and he's able to push the ball back when the defenders try to push it back again. You know what I'm talking about? He's able to track the ball and almost like pressing, keeping the ball in the attack area when he stays back a little bit. Almost, so he's very good. People don't realize just how good that guy is. He deserves to be
he always tracks back.
Yeah, he's very good. Best player in the world as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and City defenders are also quick, so when they track back with him, they cover. You can't catch them on the break. Very difficult to catch City on the break because of Rodri, and because all their forced defenders, I think Ake, Stones.
Sorry guys, I made a mistake. I said the other guy that got. It's Bernardo Silva. That's what I meant to mention. He's also very important for the midfield.
Yes, he's a very important player who doesn't get mentioned enough. And he's the one that he's like the Buruchaga. He's like Man City's Buruchaga.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
Very reliable.
So this is our first episode. We're almost done, but we're going to talk about one more game. I think it's Leicester versus who's Leicester playing?
Tottenham.
Leicester playing Leicester's playing Tottenham. So is Tottenham considered? Tottenham can come top 4 or top 6. What do you think, Warif? Yeah. First of all, let's talk about Tottenham. What do we project them coming? You guys, all of you, tell me. What do you think Tottenham will come this year? Warif, yeah.
They're about 6.
6. Okay. What about you, Kunle? Where do you think Tottenham will come? Yeah.
They're going to come 6. They lack ambition. Yeah. They're Tottenham.
Okay. What about you, Afolabi? Yeah.
5th or 6th. I think the acquisition of Dominic Solanke was a very good one.
Where will Leicester fall, you guys? Where will Leicester fall on the lineup, on the standings this year?
Mid-table.
Mid-table.
Leicester.
So but I think it's an interesting match. You know what's happening? Every time I hear Leicester, I still remember that year they won. So Leicester brings fear into my heart. And then they used to have that guy.
Between 13th and 17th. They won't be in relegation, but they won't.
I think they still have Jimmy.
Yeah, the old firewood.
Yeah, I keep getting it mixed up. Did Vardy play for Leicester back in the day? Yeah.
No,
the striker.
They'll survive. They need to survive relegation.
That was the team that had N'Golo Kante.
Yeah, Kante. Yeah. But whenever I hear the name Leicester, I always think, oh, this team is good because I can't get that out of my head.
But they replaced Kante with our own CDM now. Isn't it the Nigerian CDM that plays?
No, we're talking about back in the days when Leicester won the league.
Yeah. So it's like a programming in my brain. Whenever I hear Leicester, I think it's going to be a good game. But I think Tottenham may beat Leicester 1-0. What do you guys think? Yeah.
I think Tottenham will have a bit too much for Leicester. It's a new season. North London clubs, they always shine in the beginning. By October, they're going to start saying we've won the league, and then you're going to hear Arsenal are the greatest. Then they'll drop 1 or 2 games around Christmas, and then it gets worse in January, and then you find out where they really are by the month. I
think Tottenham will win that game. Coupled with
1-0.
Leicester lost their coach to Chelsea. So whoever came in is probably trying to sort the team out now, really. They're already used to playing in a certain way. You know, the way Leicester used to
I think China needs to start investing in the English league. I think China needs to invest in the England league to give money to the smaller teams so it can be more competitive and they can get their profits. Because the English league is getting terrible. It's getting terrible. It's only Man City now and Arsenal, you know?
Farmers League.
Man City might get relegated.
Yeah, why would they get relegated, though? I think there's a controversy.
15 charges of cheating.
Yeah, sure. There's a court case.
But it won't happen because of money. Money won't let the big boys won't let that happen.
They're going to start.
They might have to. They might have
They're
to.
They're going to start the hearings. The hearings are starting in September, and if they are culpable, they could deduct points or something.
But you know what I think? I think that they're doing that kind of like on Formula One. They want to reconfigure because Man City is dominating too much and is destroying the league. So they'll take them down.
No,
but if they take them down,
cheated. 115
what?
counts of cheating. That's why it's nothing more than that. Just plain cheating.
Yeah, but my thing is this. Kool-Aid, here's I agree with you, but my thing is this. We all know that, for example, politicians are corrupt. And for example, there's cheating everywhere in society. But usually, if you're powerful, you can get away with cheating. So I'm surprised that there's not corruption. So usually what I'm saying is I'm surprised that the corruption isn't kicking in, because you need corruption to keep the cheaters in, because English League cannot survive without Man City. So what I'm trying to say is I'm surprised that they're sticking to the rules. Perfect example, Trump should be in jail, but because of the money, the big boys will make sure he isn't. So I'm surprised that the big boys want to take down Man City, because it's not going to help their business. Or same thing like Nigerian presidents, they're corrupt. So what I'm arguing is that, yeah, they cheat, but everybody cheats. Cheaters have been getting away with cheating for centuries in our corrupt system. So why are they now making Man City the scapegoat? That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Because they've won 3 titles in a row.
That's what I mean. People are getting tired of it. That's my argument. That people are tired of it.
and they won't leave. They will still be there. They'll just have to get. Juventus suffered the same thing. They just stayed and brought the team back up again.
But if Man City goes down, what's his name is going to leave? Guardiola's going to leave if they relegate.
Absolutely. Even there's been talk of him leaving at the end of the season, regardless of what happens.
You know what they say, don't do
well or not.
Guardiola needs to go and coach another team, maybe Chelsea. I'm just kidding.
You got to stay Chelsea.
All right, guys. So this has been a great show. I'll let you guys do freestyle for like 2 minutes or so. Then Afolabi can take you guys out. You guys talk amongst yourselves while I watch. Anybody have anything they want to talk about before we move on?
Okay, so it will be interesting to see. Arsenal sold Emile Smith-Rowe to Fulham. It will be interesting to see how the guy performs tonight. You know, at Arsenal, he was usually on the bench. He didn't really get opportunity to show his talent. And then against Chelsea will have they'll have their hands full with Jeremy Doku. That guy gave.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about Doku. Doku plays on the right. He plays on the right.
Attack comes from the left. Now that Doku is starting. So
Doku's on the left, and to me, he's the most improved winger. Before Williams came, I thought that Doku was the most improved young winger in the world. I'm not saying he's the best, but the biggest surprise. But now you have Williams. But Doku is fantastic. Yeah. Where is he from? Congo or where?
No, it's Belgium.
Oh,
it's Belgium.
Okay. Belgium.
Yeah, Belgium, Congo.
Yeah.
I mean, I think his roots are Congo.
Buffalo soldier stolen from Africa. To America.
Yeah. His roots are Belgian, but his nationality is his roots are Congo, but his nationality is Belgian.
I think we're going to the name for all these African players that are playing for foreign countries, we should be calling them Buffalo soldiers from now on. So
actually, you know what, Kool-Aid, we're gonna start having a new show called Buffalo Soldiers based on that concept. I'm serious.
Yes.
Every week, twice a month, Buffalo Soldier.
Buffalo Soldier. From Africa. Jackpot to America.
Buffalo Soldier in the heart of Belgium.
That's of Brussels. Our old lady was stealing our natural resources. Now it's stealing our human resources. But that's the day for the
Look at Spain. Spain says, if you're from Algeria, if you're from Ghana, you are now Spanish. That's why Spain's winning, because of all those guys coming in. Same thing with France.
You know that Spain is on the cusp of something very special.
No, I think Spain can win the World Cup.
They are European champions. They won the Olympic gold. The current women's football champion, and like 3 other titles they are holding at the same time. So they are doing to win the World Cup.
They're spending their resources. See, I'll give you an example. America spends its money on bombs. Spain is spending a lot of money on developing football, like that La Masia. They're spending their resources on football, and it's showing now. And we also have to go back to Cruyff, who started the whole Spanish Revolution.
Yes.
Rest in peace, Cruyff. Yes. It started with tiki-taka.
This tiki-taka thing started with Johan Cruyff, really. To the idea of total possession based and everything. And that is why over the years, Barcelona has always preferred to work with Dutch coaches. Frank Rijkaard, Ronald Koeman, name it.
Okay, so guys, let's shift. Thank you for doing that. Let's shift and talk 5 minutes. I want to argue Do you guys think that Barcelona can challenge Real Madrid this year in Europe and in Spain? I think that Barcelona has gotten a lot of better, and I think in 2 years or 3 years, Barcelona will be the best team in the world. What do you guys think? What do you think, Kunle? Yeah.
I think Atletico are going to challenge.
Yeah, you mean
are the
Atletico too. Atletico has good defense and they have a good manager. Is their manager still? Is it Xavi? Who's their manager?
Diego Simeone.
Simeone.
Yeah, I think Barcelona need another season. I don't know what they've done in the transfer window. I know that they have.
They got Olmo. They got Olmo, but then they didn't get Tony Williams. If they got Tony Williams, it would be over, man. But they didn't get Tony Williams. Yeah.
Another problem they have, they need to get De Jong off their wage list and they need to sell De Jong. I think that they need to sell to buy the kind of players that Barcelona want, unless they got, unless some of these teams surprise you and they get all these kind of youths coming through the system that are now very good quality. But otherwise, I think that Barcelona will need at least another transfer window. I don't see.
Yeah, I think they need one more player. They need a right wing, no, a left wing. Yeah,
I don't think
they need Tony Williams, man. And they need some more. They need some more. They need a CDM. Who's their CDM? They need one. Now, what does Gundogan play? Gundogan is a central midfielder, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Gundogan is a central midfielder.
But he plays for Barcelona, right? Yeah.
Yes. I think it's this Davis guy that plays defensive midfield for
That's what they need. And also they need this guy to be healthy. Their super player. Who's that guy that plays for Spain? Pedri. They need Pedri to be healthy. Pedri. Yeah. Okay.
And
so let's move on now.
Don't forget that they just got a new coach, Hansi Flick. He is a bit different from Xavi. So it's going to be a season of transition.
Yeah. I think in 2 years, if they have a good manager, they can be challenging for the championship. What are your thoughts, Warif? Then Afolabi will take us out. Great show. Our best show so far. We keep on getting better. Complete football coming out of Lagos, Nigeria, and America, the Empire of Doom. Guys, this is fun. What's your words, Warif? Any thoughts for the English League? Because I know, Warif, you're going to be fighting with your family now with the remote control because it's now football season.
For me, I would say Arsenal, they need to sign some strikers. If not, and they need a backup for Saka. If not, they will struggle. Still, same old story. Then for the La Liga, I think Real Madrid will have an upper hand over Barcelona because of their experienced players and their their strikers.
Very quickly, do you know what I noticed in that game where they beat Atlanta, wherever. This guy proved Vinicius he was playing everywhere. He played on the right, in the middle, and on the left. Vinicius can play anywhere on the pitch, so that it opened up, and it could open up if Mbappe wants to go to the left, Vinicius can play center. Vinicius can play. He's ambidextrous. He can play anywhere on the pitch, left, middle, or right. Yeah. What are your thoughts, Warif? Yeah. I think Vinicius is the reason. Those guys are going to win, man. Yeah.
Vinicius is a utility player. He can play any winger. Utility player gives his defenders problem because you wouldn't know when the player would drift to another wing and come back there. Yeah. So it's like a distraction to the defenders, and it gives
what it is?
Player.
Vinicius is like Foden on steroids.
Madrid are terrifying right now. They got
those guys are unbeatable, and it goes back. They have the best coach, Father Christmas, Baba Ancelotti.
You know what? One thing is, let's not get to the finals. Once he gets to the finals, is as 98 or 95% of winning the trophy.
So who's going to replace? Is Cruz retiring or is he still there? Who's going to replace him? Tony Cruz, is he still playing? Yeah.
I think he's only retired
and you know what? He can play for another 4 years because there's so many players. He doesn't have to do so much work, so he can preserve his energy. So Afolabi, thank you guys. This has been a great show. Afolabi, take us out. Last thoughts. Yeah.
Okay, our fans, we're back. We are bigger. We are better. The season is kicking off tonight. So we're going to have a lot of content this time around. We want you to stay tuned to our channel. And from me, it's bye-bye for now. And Warif, Kunle, and Mustafa, we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you very much, guys. One love. Okay.
One love, guys.